Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator news and updates. Quite a bit of information coming at you guys today, so stick around. Make sure if you guys can that you join us at Flight Sim Expo 2023. That's right, Overkill Simulations is going to be present this year, guys, at the Lone Star Museum in Houston, Texas. If you guys are interested in joining us there, be sure to check down the description below. There is a coupon code that can save you guys a bit of money using my personal reference to get you there. Again, that'll save you a bit of cash in your Flight Sim Expo 2023 experience. This is going to be June 23rd through the 25th of 2023. Again, in Houston, Texas, at the Lone Star Flight Museum. I went a few years ago in Las Vegas, and they are an absolute great time. There's some very, very informative and educational seminars to help better your flight simming experience, as well as a ton of developers of both hardware and software that you guys actually get to try out, essentially a try before you buy experience, as well as talking with the developers themselves and finding out what the products are all about. So again, guys, it's going to be Flight Sim Expo 2023 in Houston, Texas. I hope to see you guys all there. Don't forget to use my coupon code that you can find down in the description below. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkill's tutorial guides or simply interested in supporting the channel, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides as well as any future guides that come along down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below, and thank you to all of my current subscribers. Okay, coming out of the gate, Flying Iron Simulations has released an update video of the upcoming sound changes to their Spitfire. And it is absolutely freaking fantastic, you guys. There's a link down in the description below to a very short 30-second YouTube video where they show their custom flyby sound, and they nailed it. As you guys know, the default flyby sounds are awful. They don't give you that passage of distance and shifting from one side to the other. What Flying Iron Simulations did with their Spitfire is absolutely incredible. Now, you guys remember back in January, they did a big sound overhaul from inside the cockpit. Many of the sounds adjustments that you would hear as the pilot were adjusted, and they've done it yet again. This time, it seems like they're focusing on the external. Maybe this is just a teaser of many, many changes to be made, but the flyby sound that they show in this video, and again, a link to it will be down in the description, is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I don't want to showcase it here on the channel because it's their work. It's only 30 seconds long. I don't want to take that from them. That's their right. So make sure that you guys head on over to their YouTube channel and make sure you guys give them a like and subscribe and check that sound out because they did a fantastic job. I can't wait to see what they do with this next release. Obviously, the sounds are still continuing to be reworked. So if they're only showcasing the flyby sound, but you know darn well there's going to be more of that. So I'm super excited because, again, just listen to it and you'll understand. The recently released ATR 42 and 72-600 series aircraft has already received a very large update based on end user feedback. So basically, they were listening to you. The aircraft has received adjustments, everything from electrical to flight performance to sounds, bugs, fixes, texture adjustments, you name it, as well as feature enhancements. They're really diving very deep into this aircraft, and with the latest update, it's pretty significant, you guys. The changelog is extremely extensive, and I'll have a link to that down in the description below if you guys are interested in checking that out. The ATR was an aircraft that was supposed to be released, and I'm going to say high fidelity. It's definitely a high fidelity aircraft, and the target is to become as close to study level as possible. And with this latest update, you know, when they first released it, it was missing so many things and had so many bugs and issues with it. That's why I haven't showcased it on the channel yet. I kept running into very odd behavior. I know, and what was crappy is that I was running into issues that no one else seemed to be having. So maybe it was just my installation or what. But since the update, the aircraft is performing very, very well. So I'm super excited about that. But the adjustments to the aircraft, they're literally from head to toe, and it's going from everything from flight model to sounds to textures to features to electronics, you name it, programming, the works. So they seem to be on track with keeping their word to making this aircraft a study level simulation. So we'll see what happens in the coming months as the aircraft continues to develop, but definitely a nice change. The most astonishing thing that I have seen from AI in flight simulation as of yet. This is absolutely incredible. I don't even know how to describe what I'm thinking about this here. JAR or JAR Designs, depending on how you say it, is primarily has been a developer of X-Plane. Many of you would probably know their aircraft. He's done a very great job. Always really good products, you know. They've taken AI simulation to the next level. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator that we're seeing, and this is an AI CoPilot. And I'm keeping it muted on purpose. I want you guys to go and watch this because you're going to be blown away. They've taken the new WASM module and created a fully interactive, responsive, and cooperative AI CoPilot. This CoPilot talks to you, communicates with you, responds to verbal commands, goes through checklists, and this is on multiple aircraft so far. This has been tested with. Does very exact actions as walking through a checklist, can complete something, for example, like an engine start, and you'll actually watch the CoPilot go through the process of starting the engine, hand motions, gestures, switches, etc. Responds very intuitively to various verbal commands. This is incredible. And this is very early testing, guys. This hasn't been released yet. It's a work in progress from JAR Design. And you'll see here, like, just keep sort of watching for a second. You guys will sort of catch it as I talk. I'm blown away on two levels here. First off, like, I'm sold the second this comes out, and like, I want to reach out and be like, hey, if you need a beta tester, you know, I'll take that spot. But you can see here, you know, again, operating the eCam display there. Let's just sort of watch it for a second. I mean, guys, it's crazy. She's going through all the different switches, checklists, making sure, setting the trim. I mean, dude, it's not just some. This is bringing the most life to the cockpit that I have seen yet from AI standpoint. Now, it's not going to be perfect. Obviously, some of the verbiage and things may sound a little robotic, but think about where we're at here, right? Think about if this comes to life, right? If this actually makes it to the marketplace, and not to the marketplace, but to be sold. If this actually makes it to public purchasing ability, right? Where can we go next? What about ATC? What about air traffic control? This is where my mind's going. Like, yes, this is amazing. This CoPilot thing, I will be all over this. I will absolutely purchase this. I will purchase it 10 times. Because of the features and the animation and the life that it can bring. It's not just some static body with the hands in his lap sitting there. I always disable the pilot bodies because they don't do anything. They just sit there. It looks weird. It feels like I'm flying with a mannequin. Now here, you know, you bring in life to the. I mean, look at it. She's literally reaching up and hitting the correct switches. So everything's actually being targeted. Now that leads me to believe that it's going to be very aircraft specific, at least in the beginning, but maybe open up some doors for customization. But picture this, like I said, going over to air traffic control. If we can do this, what kind of air traffic control can we possibly develop? New responses, new ability to, verbally communicate. This is just an absolutely phenomenal thing that, like, I'm just blown away. You guys tell me what you guys think down below. But again, JAR Design, if you need anyone to test, man, I am your guy. Because this is incredible. It's going to change the way we do flight simulation. It's going to truly change it all. Especially if you're not someone who wants to do like the shared cockpit thing, but wants to have some sort of further interaction. This could be a game changer, like right across the board. Super excited for this one. You guys tell me down below what you think. Make sure that you guys watch the whole video, turn your sound up so you can hear everything. It is incredible. To you Xbox users, Just Flight has released their Piper series of aircraft. That's going to be the Aero 3, the Turbo Aero, the Aero 4, and the Warrior 2 are now available in the Microsoft Flight Simulator Marketplace for the Xbox. So you guys can be very excited to know that those are now available for your purchase if you choose. PC users should also make sure that you guys are on the latest version, as many bugs and patches were applied last month to the Piper series of aircraft, one of which I flew a couple weeks ago. Definitely some big differences, and it's very nice to see that the aircrafts are being really polished out, you guys. I mean, they're coming really close to about as real as I think you can get for a general aviation aircraft. If you're looking for what I would call a study level GA aircraft, I would say the Just Flight Piper series is the way to go at the moment. Our friends over at Got Friends are at it again, getting ready to release, hopefully soon, a new aircraft. Well, I won't say soon. They did say that it's still very much so in early development, so maybe I shouldn't say soon. But this is going to be called the Double Ender. This is another STOL aircraft, short takeoff or landing aircraft. But if you guys notice, it's got a prop on both sides, both the front and the rear, boasting the big 30-inch STOL aircraft tires, or Bush tires, excuse me. But this is a goofy looking plane. Now, the one thing that I can't find out is if this is a custom aircraft that they designed themselves or if it's just their development of this plane. Now, I didn't really go to Google to actually see if this plane already existed, but kind of want to just leave it to see what happens when they release the aircraft. I love the Got Friends series of planes. I absolutely love it. I know some people have some mixed emotions on that. I love their aircraft. Their aircraft are always fun. They're innovative. They're new. They're exciting. They always have all the right pieces in the right places. Not necessarily always the highest fidelity, not always the study level, not always the most features. They're just right in the middle to me. And they have that balance. Their flight models are never bad, in my opinion. Their features are never bad. I love the Got Friends series of aircraft. I think they do an absolutely phenomenal job, and I love their price points. Their price points, in my opinion, are some of the best on the list as far as developers go. And again, just talking to price point, not talking quality, anything like that, and I'm not making a judgment call. I just think that they always price very fairly, and that's one of the things that I really appreciate. I always get the enjoyment that I'm expecting out of their aircraft. So anyways, you guys, so exciting news if you're like me, if you're a Got Friends fan, the Double Ender is in development. It'll be very interesting to see this aircraft come to life. Stay tuned for more information as it comes available. If you guys haven't dove into this aircraft yet, the Azure Poly C160 is an incredibly fun and incredibly well done aircraft. It is a German and French built cargo aircraft that was very heavily used for a very long time in both military and humanitarian aid flights, such as not Blue Cross. What am I thinking of, guys? The Red Cross, excuse me. Very, very awesome aircraft. They did a fantastic job with this. Everything from the cargo doors to the animations to the flight model to the sounds. The sounds are impressive. The ability to, for example, you can see the prop vortices here in the picture shown. You can enable or disable those. For some, it has been an FPS killer. So if you do experience that, you're able to disable some of that to lighten the workload there, if you will. I didn't actually that I could tell anyway. I didn't really experience any FPS issues, and I had them turned on. So it may be based on other factors as well as for what's causing that. The aircraft is only available at the moment, I believe, on the Microsoft Flight Simulator Marketplace. I believe it's $32.99, if I remember correctly, and it is absolutely worth it, guys. It is so much fun. It's just that perfect aircraft. Like it's got that mix of everything. It's not too complicated to start. It's not too complicated to get rolling. You can still do a bit of the longer flights with it. Now, I believe at the moment, don't quote me, but I believe at the moment you can only do VOR navigation with it. But with that being said, it also has a tablet that has a built-in map. And then you can use other things like Sky for Sim Tab. There are plenty of other ways to track your flight if you want to actually take it on a particular location, which we're going to do either tonight or tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that video. We're going to take it up for a flight. It was a good time. It really was. I love the performance of it. I love the animations that come with it. Again, the sound was the biggest killer. I mean, the sound was awesome. I loved the sound of the aircraft. And then, of course, all of the feature-rich things that are both internal and external to the aircraft. So if, for example, if you were someone who really was digging for a C-130, I know many people got excited when a certain developer's C-130 came out until we realized what it was and realized it was a piece of crap. Yeah, I said it. This is a really, really great stand-in until we get a fully functional C-130. But they've done a wonderful job with it, guys. It's a beautiful airplane, absolutely beautiful airplane. And the really cool part is you can take it to many locations that you wouldn't normally operate a cargo aircraft like this. It's got an awesome reverse thrust, like just puts you right in the face. It was pretty funny. So I have a motion simulator. If some of you don't know, I use the DOF Reality H3. And when I put the reverse prop on, it like shoved my face into the dash. Like it just stopped the plane. It was really cool. Anyway, so I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware this aircraft was out. If you were on the fence about it, maybe that's something you've been debating, I highly recommend it. If you've been debating it, grab it. Trust me, it's fun. It is a lot of fun, and it's really, really well done. They've done a fantastic job with the aircraft. Well, my friends, that is going to wrap up today's news and updates for Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're getting close to the weekend, guys, so I hope you are all having a wonderful week. And as always, stay safe and healthy. I'll see you in the next one, folks.